It's an exciting time, even though we're about to go on break with One Piece chapter 1088, and this is going to be one of the more free-flowing just reviews that I've done on the channel. I just want to talk about the chapter, because I have a lot of thoughts. Just came off a long stream. So many things I gotta talk to you guys about because, man, it's one of those chapters. Again, we're going on break. We just got out for 5 weeks, so we're good. Either way, no wasting time. Let's get to the chapter. One Piece is at a place right now where we're transitioning from, not transitioning, but we're getting some more from the live action and then trying to merge it in regards to the actual manga. So look at the cover page here with Inaki Godoy and Monkey D. Luffy. Inaki Godoy, he's playing Luffy in the live action. Looks good, looks cool. There was a picture that came out the other day about Inaki Godoy and the stretchiness, and that looked really good. Summer is finally here, and going out with your friends to all kinds of events and parties can get very costly. So today I want to talk about something that hits close to home for many of us. You know that feeling when unexpected expenses pop up and you're left scrambling to make ends meet before your next paycheck. It can be really stressful. That's where Dave comes in. Dave is the banking app that can help. You could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. Best part, no interest, late fees, or credit check. Imagine having more money in your pocket to fill up your tank, finally get your car repaired, or catch up on bills. Dave gives you the financial relief you need without having to wait for your next paycheck. I'm not the only one who thinks Dave is a game changer. Millions of people have already downloaded the Dave app and experienced the peace of mind that comes with extra cash. So if you're in a pinch and need that extra help, download Dave today and think of it as a helping hand from future you. To get started, just go to dave.com/B.D.A. and sign up for an extra cash account. You could get up to $500 in 5 minutes or less. That's dave.com/B.D.A. and for terms and conditions, check out dave.com/legal. This year, let's face unexpected expenses head on and take control of our finances. Dave is here to help you start the new year off on the right foot. Banking services provided by Evolve, member FDIC. There's also a cover art with Tomorrow Studios and Netflix where Oda drew the One Piece characters in the Arlong Park attire. It's crazy comparing these to the previous characters or the previous style. It's completely different, but it looks good. These characters, you can tell this is like the style, but these characters have evolved over time. Oda drew them in their correct or current form as they are in the story, but with their previous, in the previous arc style. So either way, starts off with a flashback. I like flashbacks. Flashbacks mean that we're gonna get some good stuff going forward in the story. And the flashback is about Koby and Garp. Now, it's about a baby and an old man, and Garp is telling Koby a story. You know, basically, you're on a boat that can hold a maximum of 2. What do? It's a baby and an old man. Koby says, I get off the boat myself. That way, both the victims can use it and get to safety. He said, you dunce. That is wrong. Abandon the geezer. And, you know, the instructor's like, Garp, what are you saying? The goal is to safeguard the future. And for Garp, from his perspective, that matters more. For Koby, through his lens, it's about saving everyone. There's completely different perspectives there. And the thing is, he's saying to save the baby and live on. And for Garp, I understand that. But they're saying he can't give that lecture. And I'm in the middle with it. Because Garp is right. Garp is 100% correct. You're gonna save the person that adds the most value for the future. The old man, he probably doesn't have that much time left. You save the young guy and you move forward. And so I think that's placed in there, that flawed perspective is placed there for a reason. The instructor here is saying all lives are equal, right? And it's somewhat ironic because we know for a fact, the Marines, the world government, they don't view it that way. The Marines, even though it's a different faction, different branch, you serve the world government. You're a part of them. They don't feel that way. All lives are not equal in their eyes. It just isn't. So when you say that, I'm sorry if I disconnect or just like, yo, what are you talking about? Because that's not how y'all feel. But there are some good people within the Marines, and Garp knows this, but Garp is just telling them the straight on truth because there are few people, if any, left, save Sengoku and even Suru. But maybe Garp has more experience than those two, because Garp has been out in the field. With their responsibilities, more so Sengoku than anything, they've been relegated Sengoku to his desk job. Garp understands what it's like out there, and you're gonna have to make these tough decisions. I'll mention how this is an intentional thing in the story because it's meant for Koby's growth. I'll mention it a bit later. But this, I agree with Garp. This is the real world. Sometimes you can't save everybody. You have to come to terms with that. Koby's not there yet. He's not there yet. Now, we get a flashback. A few weeks ago, the island of Amazon Lily. And so this is after everything transpired on Amazon Lily with the Seraphim, etc. And Blackbeard, he's about to leave. And the thing is, Blackbeard is an emperor, so he can take the officers and they can't do anything. And you have the officers there screaming, please help us. We don't know what they'll do if they take us to Pirate Island. I agree, I understand that. Koby walks over to Blackbeard, and Blackbeard's saying, what do you want, hero? Remember they have the Rocky Port incident history he was talking about? You ready to start an all-out war? I'm an emperor. He says, okay. First off, he said he's with Sword, right? Which makes things a bit difficult because they don't really negotiate with terrorists, right? So Koby technically isn't as valuable as an actual Marine, actual captain, but He has some cachet. He is the hero, right? And he is somewhat inheriting Garp's will. So he decides to trade himself for the other Marines, the 800 Marines and the battleship. And for Blackbeard, he obviously goes for it and he captures Kobe, because at the end of it, the report we had is that Blackbeard captured Captain Kobe. It was like, well, how did that happen? I was always curious to figure out how did it go from where it was, where really did all that, really just negotiated Hancock's safety. He wasn't worried about the Marines. That's not his job. He's not a superhero. He's a Dark King. It was about Hancock's safety. Hancock was safe. I'm out of here. Capiche? How did Kobe get involved in all this? Kobe went and he sacrificed himself. Now, thinking back to Garp's training and what Garp was trying to tell him, was Kobe correct by doing that? Technically, yes, but then also no. Kobe, you're the future of the Marines. You're probably inheriting Garp's will. You're going and exchanging yourself for 800, honestly, fodder Marines, 800 lives. But at the end of the day, Kobe and his impact for the future is worth more than their lives. Let's be honest. But that's not how Kobe operates. But that's the intentional flaw in Garp's justice, his thinking. It's in there on purpose. Oda has a reason for it. We'll talk about it later. But Kobe, purest form. This chapter should be titled Pink Mamba. That's what it should be titled, because Kobe earned that title again. Either way, we go back from Amazon later. We're back to Hachinosu, the pirate island. And so Avila Pizarro, he's still attacking. And the cannon fire obviously is in effect. Reminds you when Zunisha was about to attack Jack, right? And they just felt helpless. Nothing is gonna happen. You can't stop it because it can't make a scratch. It's no use. Tashigi says prepare to abandon ship. And of course with Tashigi, some people are disappointed with Tashigi. I'm like, why? She is who we thought she was. You thought Tashigi was gonna go jump in the sky and slash up Avila Pizarro? There's no way you thought that. No way. But Tashigi did that because her goal was protecting the civilians and she knows her limitations. Kujaku, she's stuck. And now on Pirate Islands, Garp is still on the ground, right? And they're asking Garp, what do we do? If the hand gets to the ship, man, Marines and civilians are gonna die. Vice Admiral, what do we do? And again, with Garp's expertise, Garp's experience, he's been in this situation before. He says, don't worry, you guys got this. And think about Garp's ascension or growth, I would say. When Kuzan initially went to Garp, he didn't want a protege. He opened Garp's heart for him to understand what the future looks like. And that led him to this point where he's now believing in Kobe, Grus, and Helmeppo. He's like, I'm just gonna give you the opening. I'm gonna lay it up or throw it up. You gotta alley-oop it. You gotta dunk it. That's what he did. He said, Captain Kobe, you're gonna go for that island monster's hand. You're gonna smash it to bits. Rear Admiral Grus, your job is to protect the ship from any fallen debris and make sure no one gets in their way. Lieutenant Commander Helmeppo. I told you guys this before. You heard it here first. I told you guys the hierarchy that's going to happen in the future. Admiral Kobe, Fleet Admiral Grus, Rear Admiral, Vice Admiral Helmeppo. That's the hierarchy. I felt that from Grus a minute ago. You guys are starting to come around. Not just on this in this chapter, because there are more things that you guys are coming around on, because, however, that's one thing. But Garp is believing in his little ones. Of course, his main protege, but Grus, he wants Garp's approval as well. And Helmeppo, he's been there the entire way. This is major, where Garp understands, hey, it's time for you guys to grow. Break through your limits. There's only so much I can do, but I'm going to create the opening now, but there's something for you to do. So now, Kobe's about to tell Garp, I don't know. He said, don't second guess yourself in the heat of the moment. They all say, yes, sir, disappear. I love when in anime, shonen, whatever, they do that, it just disappear. In Naruto, that's pretty prevalent because they're taking orders and they say, go in and just disappear. They vanish, right? So now, Kobe and his group, again, this is Pirate Island. There's hella pirates on the island. They realize that they're on the move. They're like, yo, they're helpless without Garp. And they're kind of down talking Kobe, saying that they call him the hero, but he's just a cadet. Let's just eradicate them. They're nothing without Garp, essentially, right? Which severely underestimating these guys. So Garus is talking to Kobe saying, yo, are you packing any explosives? Can you destroy this thing? And Kobe is saying, I afraid not. And he says, I have to figure something out, which tells me something about what he actually did, right? Like, you gotta figure something out because this thing is big enough to crush a battleship in his palm. What are you gonna do, right? So people are chasing Kobe, sending cannonballs, and Helmeppo has to protect them, right? And Helmeppo, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a high or view of him before this arc. It hasn't changed. He is who I thought he was. He's not gonna be on Kobe's level per se. He's gonna be just right on there, right? But Kobe and Grus, they're running away. Helmeppo did his job. But now, Garp is there. Aokiji walks over and he's worried about Garp. He is. This entire time, he's been worried about Garp. That's his mentor, friend of 30 years. There's no way he isn't, considering that his path is what led them here somewhat. He helped get it here. So for him, it's about breaking through. I've been telling you guys over and over and over again, this is about Aokiji being sure of himself, doubling down, making sure this is what he wants to do. Now, he's not going to get a label of justice because he's now a pirate, but his view of the world is still the same, but it's changed. It's warped a bit. I don't have to incite change in a uniform. My goals are beyond Blackbeard. I no longer think Aokiji's after Blackbeard. No way. Aokiji's after something greater, bigger, right? But he goes over to Garp, and Garp looks like an old man. Reminds me of this, just when old people, you think they're done. Garp looks like he's done, right? And Aokiji walks over like, man, I was here worrying about. Garp blitz him. So you just prove that you're still as soft. Garp is not holding back. There's no need to hold back, right? Because he's trying to create an opening for his guys. Now, in the midst of it, he bowls over Kuzan, and Garp blitzes, absolutely blitzes Pizarro, right? He uses Galaxy Divide. Pizarro takes it, creates the opening for Kobe. Pizarro, you know, I gotta give him his props. I gotta give the Blackbeard Pirates in general a lot of props. They've been taking hit after hit, damage after damage. They're still standing now. They're still standing. These guys, I know people are downing them or doubting them because they're losing to Garp and they're not holding up against, that's Garp. That's an old man. In the story, you expect some bias from Oda because that's how he views old men. He's not gonna let him look bad. He's gonna have him go out in a blaze of glory. However, I've always said Garp is not getting out of here, or else the purpose of this entire segment is useless. If Kobe gets captured, Garp comes back, saves him, and then everyone gets out of there, what's the point? You're just wasting time. It's the final saga. Let's get somewhere. Garp has to get captured. It's just inevitable. That's just how it works. An old man goes to territory that's unfamiliar in the middle of the enemy. This is what happens. I'm sad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really sad that this happened, but it was almost inevitable. Either way, now we're talking about Kobe. Last chapter, Kobe was getting slandered to heck, right? You can find anyone giving Kobe any credit saying what he was gonna do. You couldn't find it. And that's for good reason, not gonna lie, it's for good reason, because Kobe, he did something silly last chapter. But I'm so sick that I didn't get to make my video I planned on making, because the whole point of it was using the community's thoughts and biases against them. Because at the end of the day, it's a week-to-week thing, in the community at least. People are gonna be high, they're gonna be low, they're gonna overreact, people are done, people are washed, people are trash. But at the end of the day, Kobe's buildup is not a small thing. From the beginning of the story, Kobe has been right there with Luffy. His goal, his dreams, his agenda has been right there with Luffy. It is not a small thing. Even when people like Smoker has disappeared from the story, not sure if he's a real character anymore. Now I'm questioning, has Smoker in the story? Oda, what changed with our guy? We're talking about Kobe. And it's saying Kobe's been improving a lot. But why does he always look so beat up, right? In the midst of it, you're showing Kobe, he's trying to stop the hand. Now, Mebo tells Garp, he told me not to say nothing, but Kobe looks at himself as untalented. I have to work harder because I'm not as talented as the others, right? He doesn't have an aptitude for combat. So for him, he has to train harder, 10 times, no, 100, no, 200 times more effort, or he'll never be a great Marine. So after training with Garp, you know what Kobe's doing? Doesn't miss a day on the battleship bag till his fists bleed. So Garp, understanding and knowing the work that Kobe's put in, he trusts his guy. He's put in the work. I believe in him. Kobe blitzes this arm. Ibari's worried. Garp is smiling. Kujaku's saying to get out of here. Kobe, and again, used an attack very similar to what Garp used previously in the chapter on Avila Pizarro. And we'll talk about exactly what this attack is in a bit, but used almost the exact same attack. Honesty impact. Now, the sheer size of Pizarro, I think he dwarfs Pika. But Kobe, look at Kobe's size in comparison to this arm. Just straight through. It's comparable to Garp's attack. Insanity. We've been waiting for this. I thought it would happen versus Boa Hancock. It happening now. It's somewhat tied into it. Oda is just like, that's what you expect. Let me subvert your expectations. That's the type of writer he is. That's why we love him. That's why we love One Piece. I thought, oh, Kobe's about to fight Boa Hancock. Now's the time to give. No, I'm gonna let Kobe get captured with Boa Hancock's island. Go to Blackbeard, escape, have a very bad moment the chapter before, then show you exactly what he's been working towards. Now, something not to be missed, training is very important. Look at it here. The training is paying off, but also experience is important, because right after that, our boy Groose did what he was supposed to do, right? Captured all the debris so he wouldn't hurt anyone. But Kobe's ascension, it's feeling like validation for some of the Kobe truthers. I got destroyed when I made that Kobe video. Kobe should defeat Boa Hancock. People killed me for it because I believed in Kobe. You don't train with someone like Garp and not be strong. It's just impossible. Even Helmeppo, impossible. You have to be somewhat strong, competent, but the work and additional work, Kobe deserves his props. So I was scolding Kobe last week for what he did last week, but still Kobe. Let's not get it twisted. I think he deserves an apology from quite a few people in the community because you're just writing him off. Still Kobe. The buildup is apparent. And that attack, the heavy debate though in this chapter is about whether or not it's ACOC, which is Advanced Conquers Hockey, or just COC, Conquers Hockey, or Armament Hockey, Advanced Armament Hockey, which personally I think Oda needs to do a better job at distinguishing these different things because the community is confused, okay? Because from a casual view, Garp used that attack. His was much bigger. Kobe used the same attack. His is smaller, but they had the same impact, right? When you look at the attack and you evaluate it based on what Advanced Conquerors look like, which that's not necessarily what Kobe did, because what Kobe did, if it was Advanced Conquerors, it would be a streak. Someone like Garp coming off of his fist. What Kobe did looks like a shockwave. That impact fighting style, that's what we're gonna call it. The fisting, right? That's a different style. But even for Kobe's, where for Garp's attack, it has more AoE. Kobe's went right through, which shows that, again, he did not know how he was gonna do this. This is an awakening. Is it Advanced Conquerors Hockey? Is it regular Conquerors Hockey? Is it armament? Right now, I'm gonna say that moment, Kobe unlocked or showed hints of Advanced Conquerors Hockey. But I feel like this attack could be an upgraded form of Ryo used congruently with the impact form or the impact fighting style. This is an attack. It's a shockwave. Hockey imbued. Advanced Conquerors Hockey? Not yet. Not yet. He has the latent ability, but this is not Advanced Conquerors Hockey. I don't think so. Actually, I know it's not. Look at what everything Luffy had to go through to unlock that. Kobe just on a whim unlocks it. Is he the main character? What is it? It's not Advanced Conquerors Hockey. It is the latent awakening, I think. But this attack, it shows the potential as well, because he's somewhat matching Garp without using Advanced Conquerors, which Garp is using. One could surmise, right? Because on Garp, it's dripping off of him. I think Kobe is unlocking that ability. He's just not there yet. But I'm not sure how strong Kobe is now. We'll have a conversation about him. But man, everyone is loving it. Kobe has ascended. I love Bruce's part here because, again, he's fitting into that role that I think a Sengoku would. And Helmeppo did his job as well. He saved Kobe from falling through the sky. He's the Bogart. Now, Bogart is a few apologies I have. I got to make an apology to Marco. I used to give Marco smack for getting blitzed out of the sky by Garp. Sorry. Garp is him. So sorry. You had no chance. Garp is him. Like in Marineford, inevitable, right? Shout out to Gru, shout out to Kobe, shout out to Garp. They did their thing. And now they're, Garp, mission is success. Let's get out of here. Garp says, withdraw immediately. Your safety is top priority. Keep moving forward and never forget you are the future of the Marines. And then we go to it. We see Garp laying on the ground. There's an ice spike in his chest and Aokiji has his head down. Garp is partially frozen, smiling. This made me really sad. It made me really sad. Again, we said Aokiji is freezing his tears, man. Here's one thing that's apparent. Aokiji was matching Garp, again, a much younger Garp, using this attack on the battleship bags, meaning he was trained in the impact style. He can do that. But everything he was doing was really subdued ice attacks. Ice glove. Like small things to somewhat chip away at Garp, nothing to break him. Didn't attack Kobe, Helmeppo, none of those guys, right? Knowing Garp would intervene. Even the ships leaving the island. Aokiji can freeze the water. Let them go. This man understands the future of the Marines, but Garp, he cannot let go because Garp is somewhat essential to their goal. His goal, leverage with the Marines, leverage with Celestial Dragons. The newspaper, that's not the end of the chapter, right? The paper is going to read, Kobe was saved, Garp is captured. But then the egghead incident, that's going to be reported as well. And that's where we're headed to. And we're on break next week. With Aokiji and Garp, Kuzan and Garp, it's a very weird relationship, and I don't think they would ever agree on Kuzan's route because Garp has a one-track mind. I mentioned earlier that everything is intentional in regards to Garp's way of justice and what Kobe's eventually going to get to. What Kobe's going to get to is the fact that he is going to find a way to save everyone. Remember I said this, there will be a predicament. Kobe will be there. You'll have to, the predicament is saying you have to pick one. Can't save both. Pick one. You know what Kobe's gonna do? Find a way to save both. That's the type of person he is. And that's gonna be, again, greater than Garp because that's the goal, to make someone greater than you. Aokiji may look now like a failed protege, but Aokiji was a success. He became an admiral, a candidate for fleet admiral. But then he realized, I want to impact more change on the world, not just in this uniform, especially not under Akainu. After taking orders like that from the Celestial Dragons, I can't work with that. These people are the problem. Yes, Akainu was trash in his own right, but these people that gave that order, they're the problem. He was just being thorough. This chapter is one of major proportions because what's going to happen to Garp, right? What's going to happen to him? Is it just leverage? Is he dead? No, he's not dead. But Aokiji, I know a lot of people are looking at him saying, oh my God, he's a traitor. How could you do that to Garp? This is necessary because he has a greater goal. The future is much greater for him. And the Blackbeard Pirates, I know they've been experiencing some slander lately. I don't understand it considering they're all good. People are saying Sengoku and Sudo might pull up to save Garp. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Aokiji does not have the same relationship with Sengoku as he does with Garp. I don't think he'd hold back as much. Now, my feelings have changed about Garp. I have moved him up my top 30. You guys will probably see that at the end of the year. I have moved him up for sure. Not that much, but I moved him up past a few people that we haven't seen much from. But for Garp, he's proven himself, not just as a Marine, but as a character. The smile at the end, right? Because he accomplished his goal. He came in and he got them guys out. He got them out. He got them out. That was my goal. Every single Marine got out. Now, what's not to be lost is that I think Kuzan communicated to Garp through his fist. That's why he's primarily using fists. They're fisting each other. That was the reason. The fist of love, communicating, letting you know. He said justice will prevail. I think off of that, Garp knew, okay, because even when he knocked Kuzan over, didn't attack him, just bowled him over. Kuzan just fell over. Oh! He's not a double agent, but he kind of is. Garp is my senpai. The future of the Marines, it's important. I can't have these kids die. Okay, Garp, bowl me over. You do that, you create the opening, then I just let him go. I don't even freeze the water. What? Read the story. Pay attention to what's happening. It's clear with Kuzan to me. But more than anything, my heart hurts for Garp. What is Dragon gonna say when he sees this? What is Luffy gonna say? Makino, Dadan, Sengoku, the world. Really, this is a major deal. I'm scared for Garp, bro. Guys, give me your thoughts. How do you feel about it? I'm sad. As much as I saw this coming, I've been telling you guys this for weeks now. People were fighting me in the comment section saying, Broggy, you're tripping. Like, Garp is walking out of there. I'm not happy that I'm right about this, but it had to be this way. Damn. Shout out to Garp, like the video, subscribe, and give me your thoughts. I think the main thing about a chapter like this is it's the uncertainty that scares me, that pit in your stomach, because I'm not sure, is Garp done? I don't know. Like and subscribe, boys and girls. Great next week. I got you guys covered. I got you covered.